A 98-year-old doctor just revealed the 5 deadly things he eliminated from his daily routine that could add more than 20 years to your life. What he discovered after treating over 10,000 patients will shock you. These are not the typical health tips you have heard. They are hidden longevity killers that most people do every single day without realizing they are slowly shortening their lifespan. One of these things is sitting in your kitchen right now. And another one, you probably did this very morning. Do not let another day pass by destroying your chance at reaching 100. Welcome to Senior Wisdom. Today, I am sharing the groundbreaking longevity secrets from Dr. William Ellison, a physician from Vermont who is now 98 years old. He has practiced medicine for more than 70 years. He has cared for farmers, factory workers, teachers, and families across his small New England town. Over the decades, he treated more than 10,000 patients. And through those years, he began to see clear patterns that most doctors overlook. He noticed that some people seem to age faster than others, even when their genetics, diets, and medical histories looked the same. Some looked 20 years older than their actual age. Others looked younger, stronger, and sharper even into their 80s and 90s. Dr. Ellison wanted to know why. What separated the long-lived from those who aged quickly? The answer was not miracle supplements. It was not expensive treatments. And it was not perfect genes. The answer, he discovered, was that the people who lived the longest had quietly avoided 5 hidden habits that were destroying everyone else's health. These habits are not obvious. In fact, most people think they are harmless. Some even believe they are good for you. But over time, these habits accelerate aging in ways you cannot see until it is too late. Dr. Ellison calls them the 5 deadly things. Here is what you will discover today. Number 1. The morning ritual that is secretly aging your cells faster than smoking. Number 2. The kitchen staple that is causing hidden inflammation throughout your body. Number 3. The daily habit that is literally shrinking your brain. Number 4. The evening routine that is destroying your body's repair mechanisms. And number 5. The emotional pattern that is cutting decades off your life expectancy. But here is the incredible part. Eliminating just these 5 things can reverse years of aging and put you on the path to reaching 100 with your mind and body intact. Dr. Ellison's patients who followed this protocol showed remarkable improvements in energy, mental clarity, and biological age markers within only 30 days. Some reported better sleep within 2 weeks. Others saw memory sharpen in less than a month. Lab results confirmed what they felt: lower inflammation, better blood sugar control, and more balanced hormones. If you are ready to unlock the secrets of extreme longevity, stay with us. Because what you are about to hear could literally add decades to your life. Now, let us begin with the first and most surprising longevity killer, the habit that hides in your morning routine. Deadly thing number 1. Morning glucose spikes. Dr. Ellison discovered something shocking after decades of practice. What you eat in the first hour after waking does not just affect your energy. It determines how fast your cells will age for the entire day. The biggest killer is not only sugar. It is the massive blood glucose spikes that most people create every single morning without realizing it. The hidden pattern. Over the years, Dr. Ellison noticed a strange trend. Patients who had high blood sugar before 9 o'clock in the morning looked and felt much older than their neighbors who kept their levels stable. Their skin aged faster. Their joints ached more. Their memories declined earlier. Why? Because that morning spike triggered inflammation that lasted up to 18 hours. That means almost the entire day was spent in a state of cellular stress. The healthy foods that are not so healthy. Here's the surprising part. The foods causing the worst spikes were not donuts or candy. They were the healthy breakfasts everyone believes are good for you. Fruit smoothies, oatmeal with bananas, whole grain cereals, yogurt topped with granola. These meals can raise your blood sugar higher than a chocolate bar. A real story, Margaret's morning routine. Take Margaret. She is 74 years old, a a retired librarian from Minnesota. Every morning for 20 years, she blended a smoothie with banana, blueberries, almond milk, and honey. It tasted light. It felt healthy. She thought it was the perfect way to start her day. But her mornings told a different story. She was exhausted by 10 o'clock. She needed naps after lunch. Her brain felt foggy, and she blamed it on just getting older. When Dr. Ellison asked her to wear a continuous glucose monitor, the truth became clear. That smoothie was sending her glucose soaring above 180 milligrams per deciliter. Every single morning, her breakfast was silently aging her cells. The transformation. Dr. Ellison suggested a new morning routine: 2 eggs cooked in olive oil, half an avocado, a side of sautéed spinach. Margaret was nervous to give up her smoothie. But within 1 week, she felt a difference. No more mid-morning crashes. Her afternoon naps disappeared. She could focus again while reading. 6 weeks later, her lab results confirmed the change. Lower inflammation, better insulin sensitivity, a steadier mood throughout the day. Margaret had unknowingly been aging herself for decades. But by changing one morning habit, she regained years of energy. The science of morning spikes. Glucose spikes are not just about diabetes risk. They trigger a cascade of damage. Higher cortisol, the stress hormone. Disrupted circadian rhythm. Stronger cravings for sweets all day long. Oxidative stress that damages DNA. Research shows that people with frequent glucose spikes have telomeres that are 15% shorter. Telomeres are the protective caps on your DNA. Shorter telomeres are a direct marker of accelerated aging. Dr. Ellison's prescription. So what can you do? Eliminate foods that raise blood sugar above 120 milligrams per deciliter in the morning. That means no fruit, no grains, no sweetened dairy, no processed breakfast items before noon. Choose protein and healthy fats instead. These stabilize blood sugar, keep energy steady, and activate longevity pathways. Wait at least 1 hour after waking before eating. This allows your natural cortisol rhythm to settle before food enters the picture. Breakfast options that heal instead of harm. Here are some of Dr. Ellison's favorite breakfast ideas. A vegetable omelet with herbs and a sprinkle of goat cheese. Boiled eggs with avocado and sautéed kale. Walnuts with cucumber slices and a hard-boiled egg. Simple meals, real food, steady energy. The protein first rule. Always eat at least 25 grams of protein before touching any carbohydrate. This slows glucose absorption and prevents the damaging spike. Pair protein with fiber-rich vegetables for even better control. A practical tip. You do not need fancy equipment to track your progress. Pick up an inexpensive glucose meter at your local pharmacy. Test 2 hours after a meal. Aim to stay below 120 milligrams per deciliter. If a food pushes you above that, it is silently aging your body. The takeaway. If you start your morning with sugar spikes, you are setting yourself up for faster aging, weaker energy, and poorer health. But if you change your breakfast, you can literally change the way your body ages. Your 100-year-old self is waiting for you to make that choice. Deadly thing number 2, chronic dehydration. Dr. Ellison calls chronic dehydration the silent epidemic of aging. Most people believe they drink enough water. But the truth is, nearly everyone he tested lived in a state of mild dehydration. The danger is that you may not feel thirsty. As we age, our sense of thirst fades. But even when you do not feel dry, your cells may be gasping for water. What happens inside your body? Water does much more than quench thirst. It keeps every cell alive and functioning. It carries nutrients to your tissues. It removes waste and toxins. It keeps joints cushioned and skin supple. It supports brain function and memory. Without enough water, everything slows down. Blood becomes thicker. Circulation weakens. Toxins build up, and your body begins to age faster, often without obvious warning signs. The shocking numbers. Dr. Ellison explains it this way. Even a 2% drop in hydration can cause a 20% decrease in mental focus, a 15% drop in physical performance, increased inflammation throughout the body. Think about that. Just being slightly dehydrated can make you feel 20 years older in a single day. A real story. James from Arizona. James is 79 years old, a retired mechanic living in Arizona. He spent years complaining about fatigue, headaches, and stiff joints. He thought it was just part of getting old. But when Dr. Ellison asked about his water intake, James admitted the truth. He only drank about 2 cups of water a day. The rest of his fluids came from coffee, soda, and the occasional beer. His body had been running on empty for decades. When James switched to Dr. Ellison's hydration protocol, the transformation was remarkable. Within 3 weeks, his headaches disappeared. His energy doubled, his joints loosened. Even his skin looked brighter and younger. The dehydration traps. Here is what surprises many people. Drinks that contain fluids often make dehydration worse. Coffee, alcohol, sodas, and even fruit juices act as diuretics. They pull more water out of your body than they give back. So while you may be drinking something, your cells are still thirsty. Dr. Ellison's hydration prescription. Here is how to fix it. Start your morning right. Drink 16 ounces of water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This combination restores electrolytes and helps your cells absorb water. Drink steadily, not all at once. Aim for 4 to 6 ounces every hour. Gulping a large bottle at once will only flush out through your kidneys. Eat your water. Add cucumbers, lettuce, celery, oranges, or watermelon to your meals. These foods hydrate more effectively because they release water slowly into your system. Check your body's signals. Pinch the skin on the back of your hand. If it takes more than 2 seconds to return to normal, you are dehydrated. Look at your urine. Pale yellow is healthy. Dark yellow means your cells are starving for water. How much should you drink? Dr. Ellison offers a simple formula. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water daily. If you weigh 160 pounds, aim for 80 ounces. Add another 12 ounces for every hour of activity or for time spent in hot weather. Room temperature water is best. Ice-cold water may feel refreshing, but it can shock your digestive system and reduce absorption. Warm water with lemon in the morning is especially powerful. It wakes up your digestion and supports detoxification. Hydration habits that stick. Dr. Ellison teaches patients to create small, simple habits. Keep a water bottle in every room. Sip before you feel thirsty. Drink a small glass of water before each meal. Replace 1 cup of coffee or soda with plain water every day until it becomes natural. These small changes create big results over time. The payoff. When you stay hydrated, your body rewards you quickly. Circulation improves, energy rises, joints feel smoother, skin looks fresher, the brain stays sharp. Over time, proper hydration slows down every aging process. It gives your body the environment it needs to repair, detox, and thrive. The takeaway. Dehydration is often invisible. You may think you are fine, but your body tells a different story. By the time you feel thirsty, your cells are already in trouble. So do not wait. Start today. Drink steadily. Eat water-rich foods. Build hydration habits that last. Your future self, the one living strong at 100, will thank you. Deadly thing number 3, chronic stress. If dehydration dries out the body, chronic stress does something even worse. It rewires the brain. Dr. Ellison often says, stress is the #1 thief of time. Not the short bursts of stress that push you to meet a deadline or solve a problem. He means the constant, grinding stress that never seems to leave. What chronic stress does. When your body lives in fight or flight mode all the time, it stops repairing itself. Your heart rate rises. Your breathing becomes shallow. Muscles stay tense. Cortisol, the stress hormone, floods your system. Day after day, year after year, this state of emergency blocks the pathways that keep you young. Instead of renewal, your body spends all its energy surviving. The real cost. Science shows that chronic stress shortens telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA. It is like burning through the ends of your shoelaces too quickly. Patients under constant stress can look 10 to 15 years older than their actual age. Their immune systems weaken, their memories fade, their brains literally shrink, especially in the hippocampus, the area responsible for memory and learning. A real story. Gloria from Ohio. Gloria is 75 years old, a retired accountant from Ohio. On the surface, she lived a healthy life. She ate balanced meals. She took daily walks. She stayed away from smoking and heavy drinking. But inside, Gloria was consumed by worry. She worried about her retirement savings. She worried about her children and grandchildren. She worried about her health. She even worried about what she saw on the evening news. Her sleep grew restless. Her memory began slipping. She felt anxious nearly every day. Dr. Ellison explained that her body was stuck in permanent survival mode. It was as if she was running from danger even while sitting safely in her living room. When Gloria learned to break her stress patterns, everything changed. Within months, she slept better. Her focus returned. Her energy rose. Friends even told her she looked younger. Dr. Ellison's stress prescription. You cannot always eliminate stress from life, but you can train your body not to overreact to it. Here are his steps. Eliminate morning and bedtime triggers. Do not start or end your day with negative news or social media scrolls. These raise cortisol for hours. Reset every 2 hours. Pause for 60 seconds. Take deep breaths. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. Smooth the tension in your face. Ask the 5-year question. When stress rises, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, let it go. Set worry boundaries. Allow a short window, maybe 15 minutes, for planning or concern. Outside that time, redirect your attention to the present. Practice daily calm rituals. Prayer, meditation, gentle stretching, a slow walk in nature. These habits lower cortisol and activate the relaxation response. Protect your emotional environment. Spend less time with people who drain you. Spend more time with people who lift you up. Why this works. When you break the constant stress loop, your body shifts from survival back to repair. Sleep deepens, digestion improves, the immune system strengthens. The brain recovers and sharpens. This is not just about feeling calmer. It is about turning on your longevity genes. The takeaway. Chronic stress is one of the fastest accelerators of aging. But calm is one of the most powerful medicines. Each time you release tension, you give your body a chance to heal. Ask yourself today, are you living in constant stress without even noticing it? If so, it is never too late to change. Your future 100-year-old self will thank you for choosing peace. Deadly thing number 4, late night eating. Your body has a repair system that turns on at night. While you sleep, cells clean out toxins. Hormones rebuild tissues. The brain clears waste. This repair system is one of the keys to longevity. But there is one habit that shuts it down completely: eating too close to bedtime. Dr. Ellison calls this the midnight mistake. Why it matters. When you eat late at night, your body must choose. Should it focus on digestion or on repair? Digestion always wins. Repair is postponed. Healing never happens fully. Night after night, this delay builds up into faster aging. The science of late eating. Late night meals keep insulin high when it should be low. High insulin blocks the release of growth hormone. the very hormone that rebuilds tissues and keeps you youthful. It also disrupts melatonin, the hormone that guides deep, restorative sleep. On top of that, eating late interferes with autophagy, your body's natural cellular cleanup process. Autophagy is like taking out the trash at night. If it does not happen, waste piles up and cells weaken.
A real story, Bernice from Florida. Bernice is 78, a retired nurse from Florida. She ate dinner around 8 o'clock most nights. Later, she enjoyed snacks while watching television, nuts, fruit, or yogurt. She thought these snacks were harmless. But she noticed she was gaining weight, waking up tired, and dragging through her mornings. Dr. Ellison asked her to make one change. Stop eating after 6 o'clock. At first, it felt strange. But within weeks, Bernice lost 15 pounds without changing what she ate. She began sleeping deeply. She woke up refreshed, with more energy than she had felt in years. Her body finally had time to repair. Dr. Ellison's eating prescription. Here are his rules for avoiding the midnight mistake. Stop eating 3 to 4 hours before bed. If you go to bed at 10, finish dinner by 6 or 7. Make lunch the largest meal. Your metabolism is strongest midday. Eat a moderate dinner, not a heavy one. Close the kitchen. After dinner, turn off kitchen lights. Brush your teeth right away. This physical cue tells your brain, the eating day is done. Replace snacking with rituals. Sip herbal tea without caffeine. Read a good book. Work on a puzzle. Do gentle stretching. These soothe the body without disrupting repair. Test true hunger. If you feel the urge to eat late, drink a glass of water and wait 20 minutes. True hunger will remain. Habit hunger will fade. How the body responds. Patients who stop late night eating report changes fast. Sleep becomes deeper and more refreshing. Morning energy rises. Weight naturally adjusts without strict diets. Hormones balance more easily. Blood work often shows better insulin sensitivity and lower inflammation within months. Some patients even reverse their biological age markers by 5 to 10 years. The takeaway: aging is not only about what you eat. It is also about when you eat. By closing the kitchen early, you give your body the time it needs to repair, detox, and restore itself. So ask yourself tonight, will you give your body the chance to heal? Or will you steal that chance with a midnight mistake? The choice you make this evening could determine how you feel tomorrow, and for years to come. Deadly thing number 5, social isolation plus conclusion: food, water, stress, and sleep all matter. But Dr. Ellison's most surprising discovery had nothing to do with diet or exercise. It was about people. Or rather, the absence of people. He found that social isolation ages you faster than smoking, obesity, or physical inactivity. Why loneliness is deadly. Human beings are built for connection. When you laugh with a friend, share a meal, or hug a grandchild, your body releases oxytocin. This hormone lowers stress, reduces inflammation, and turns on repair genes. When you live in isolation, the opposite happens. Cortisol rises. Inflammation spreads. The immune system grows weaker. The brain slows down. Studies show that loneliness increases mortality risk by 50%. That is the same as smoking 15 cigarettes every day. A real story, Franklin from Pennsylvania. Franklin is 80 years old, a widower living in Pennsylvania. After his wife passed, he slowly pulled away from the world. He stopped attending church. He stopped meeting friends for coffee at the diner. He spent most of his days in front of the television, telling himself it was easier this way. Within 2 years, Franklin's memory slipped. His mood darkened. He looked visibly older. His doctor could not find a medical explanation. The truth was simple: he was aging from the inside out because of loneliness. Then Franklin decided to try Dr. Ellison's advice. He joined a veterans group. He volunteered at a community garden. He even started mentoring high school students in woodworking. Within months, Franklin came back to life. His laughter returned. His mind sharpened. He regained energy. Friends told him he looked 10 years younger. Dr. Ellison's connection prescription. Here are his rules for staying socially alive. 1 meaningful connection daily. This could be a phone call, a walk with a neighbor, or coffee with a friend. Quality matters more than quantity. Join groups. Churches, senior centers, book clubs, and volunteer teams provide structure and purpose. Reconnect with old friends. Many are waiting for your call. Shared history makes new connections grow quickly. Mixed generations. Teach, mentor, or simply spend time with younger people. Intergenerational bonds enrich both sides. Adopt the contribution mindset. Ask, what can I give today? Helping others builds deeper, more lasting relationships. Consider a pet. Dogs, cats, and even birds provide companionship and encourage daily activity. Why it works. Connection is not just nice. It is biology. Social bonds lower blood pressure. They improve immune responses. They protect the brain against decline. They create joy and purpose, the very things that keep people living past 100. The takeaway. Loneliness is not something to accept as normal with age. It is a silent killer. But connection is a healing force. Even one conversation a day can change your biology. Even one act of kindness can turn on your longevity genes. Conclusion, you were built to live to 100. Now you know the 5 deadly things Dr. Ellison identified. Morning glucose spikes. Chronic dehydration. Constant stress. Late night eating. Social isolation. Remove them, and you will not just add years to your life. You will add life to your years. Think back to the people you met on this journey. Margaret, who regained clarity by changing her breakfast. James, who felt young again once he stayed hydrated. Gloria, who found peace by breaking stress patterns. Bernice, who restored her sleep by ending late-night eating. Franklin, who rediscovered joy by rebuilding social ties. These are not miracles. They are the natural results of removing obstacles that block your body's ability to thrive. Dr. Ellison reminds us, longevity is not about adding complicated routines. It is about eliminating the habits that silently age you. So I ask you today, which of these 5 will you eliminate first? Start with 1. Master it. Then add the next. Your 100-year-old self is waiting for you to begin. Share this message with someone you care about. Because aging well is not something we do alone. We do it together.